We spend so much time staring at the highlight reels, right? The trophies, the fame, the flawless, effortless execution on the field. But today in this explainer, we're going to strip all of that glamour completely away. We're going to deconstruct the raw underlying mechanics of elite success, and we're using one of the most dedicated athletes in human history as our case study, Cristiano Ronaldo. We are looking directly at the source code of what actually makes greatness happen. But before we really get into the true substance of this blueprint, I gotta break the fourth wall here and ask you a fundamental question. Is talent enough to be the best? Seriously, think about your own life, your career, your passions. Are you relying entirely on your natural gifts? Because if you are, you might want to brace yourself for what we're about to uncover. Okay, let's dive into this. Because the answer to that question, straight from Cristiano Ronaldo himself, is a resounding absolute no. He says talent without the work, it's nothing. Look, we all have some kind of talent, sure, but having a natural gift is just the baseline. It's literally just the starting line, not the finish line. Without relentless, uncompromising effort, raw ability is completely useless. To really grasp this blueprint, we're going to walk through 5 mandatory checkpoints today. First up, the illusion of talent. Then, the unbreakable mind. Number 3, the anatomy of discipline. 4, navigating pain and failure. And finally, your map to success. All right, let's hit checkpoint 1, the illusion of talent, moving beyond the highlight reel. So when we actually look past the flashy goals and the highlight reels, the crucial realization here is that talent, it just isn't enough anymore. If you want to achieve actual greatness, you have to dedicate yourself 100%. You can't just be good at what you do. You have to be a fiercely serious professional no matter what your job is. The modern landscape of success just demands absolute total dedication. You can't rest, you can't sleep on your skills, because the exact second you do, someone else is going to pass you by. Moving on to section 2, the unbreakable mind, radical self-belief and continuous motivation. Now, fueling all of this physical effort requires some radical self-belief. As Ronaldo puts it, in my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people thinking, what they say. And honestly, it really doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You have to implant that exact belief in your own mind, that you are fully capable of changing things. And this crazy competitiveness he has, it's not an act for the cameras. It's a literal way of life. Whether he's stepping into a massive stadium in front of millions, or just at home playing a game with his sister, his mom, or his nephews, that drive to compete and win is exactly the same. But hey, belief alone isn't going to cut it. You've got to take ownership. To reach that elite level, you basically have to become a self-reliant machine. You don't sit around waiting for someone else to come fix you. You become your own mental coach, your own nutritionist, your own medic, your own doctor. It's all about taking intense, uncompromising personal responsibility for your own physical and mental conditioning. Let's move to section 3, the anatomy of discipline, the daily, unglamorous grind. Now, what's really interesting about this is that discipline isn't about just being hyped up and motivated 24/7. It's exactly this. Doing something when you are not willing to do it, but you absolutely have to do it anyway. I mean, do you think the best player in the world actually likes going to the gym every single day? Of course not. Nobody likes doing the hardest things every single day, but you do it anyway. Because that is exactly where your mental strength comes from, those brutal, hard moments when you force yourself to execute. And this creates such a fascinating disconnect. The public, and sometimes even close friends, they look at this grueling, nonstop lifestyle and they're like, man, you are sick to live that life. It's just too hard. But the reality for the truly dedicated, they do it in a comfortable and happy way. They actually love the life they've built because they find this profound balance and a deep, genuine happiness right inside the sacrifice itself. So if you want to actually achieve this level of discipline, you don't do it by just talking a big game or handing out advice. You build your authority by leading by example, by physically embodying the work. You are there every single morning. You do the same tedious stuff that actually matters. You are the first one to arrive and you are the very last one to leave. Because the details of your effort, they will always speak for themselves. Let's move to section 4 and see how this builds. Navigating pain and failure, the necessity of hitting rock bottom. Pain. Let's be real, you're going to have it all the time. It is a guaranteed feature of the journey. Whether you're young and you think you're totally unbreakable, or you're older and managing the crazy physical and mental demands of your life, pain is inevitable. It is going to happen, for sure. Then there's uncertainty. Our lives are completely filled with it. There are going to be moments where literally everything goes wrong, where you fall down completely. And in those dark moments, nobody is going to swoop in and help you. You are going to have to stand up, you are going to have to cry alone, and you are going to have to figure out how to keep going. So how do you actually get through all that? Constant work, constant work, constant work. When the pain hits and the uncertainty just feels so overwhelming, the only way through the darkness is relentless, continuous effort. You just don't give up. The only ones who give up are the ones who are weak mentally. But, here is the incredible silver lining to all of that failure. Ronaldo has this brilliant quote: "When you are in a top of the wave, you don't see under what's going on." I mean, nobody's perfect, right? We all fail way too many times. But you actually learn the most when you are down. Success can completely blind you. Being on top of the wave hides your flaws. Falling down is actually a vital part of your education because it forces you to look at reality clearly. Which brings us to Section 5, your map to success. Taking personal responsibility for your future. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole point. The totally wrong way to chase success is to just become obsessed with the outcome, to chase the records, the money, the fame. But the elite way, the Ronaldo way, you become so addicted to the process, so dedicated to the daily gritty work that you don't have to follow the records. The records follow you. Success literally hunts you down because you've put in the work to attract it. But to do that, you've got to start right now. As he says, the present, it's the best gift that we have in our life. Think about it. The past is completely gone. It's never coming back. And tomorrow, you have absolutely no idea what is going to happen tomorrow. I don't know. You don't know. The only thing you actually control is this exact moment. You have to live and execute right here in the present. So we've stripped away the illusion. You've seen the engine of that unbreakable mind and the really unglamorous reality of daily discipline. I give you the map. What will you do with it? Are you going to close this explainer and go back to relying on just your talent? Or are you going to start building your own blueprint today? The choice, as always, is entirely yours.